Hello friends, this is Olga. I want to make a brief video on that situation we have with establishing the peace in Ukraine. I'm watching all news now very attentively, and sorry, that's cats. They decided to play just now, so there are some sounds. I'm watching the situation during these last days. I started to, to feel this some happiness and hope that maybe the fire will stop, because there are a lot of news. I think maybe in your uh, also news, the important news. There are a lot of these messages about the Trump's and Zelensky and Putin's meeting and the European leaders, and that everyone is talking about how to establish peace and agreements, and it's like goes everything there and almost there, but then I'm opening the Ukrainian sources, like what is really happens in Ukraine. And now, for example, there is alarm for all Ukrainian territory because um, 24 Russian planes, different kinds, like 6 of one kind, 8 of one kind. So in general, there are 24. And all of these planes, they are carriers of the missiles, and so they are moving to the positions to launch these missiles, and usually they do it, and usually these missiles come to Ukraine and destroy something. And right now, I just have read that the meeting with Trump and the European leaders, and then Trump with Zelensky finished, and they are so happy, so sure that everything will be fine. And Trump told that I will call to Putin immediately, right now, as long as these leaders, European leaders and Zelensky, everybody is here, are here, so we can talk to Putin. I can talk to Putin just right now to make a deal, to make this agreement, to reach the peace, and to talk about conditions right now, just in this minute. And he talked to Putin, but in the same time, I see that um, the 24 planes, they are on the way to the points to launch the missiles, and that missiles will come to Ukrainian space about 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And then they need some time to reach these goals they want to destroy. So it will be another sleepless night in Ukraine for Ukrainians, and basically nothing changed. What I remember before, usually it was 6 planes up to 11 planes, but I don't remember that it's like 24 planes at once. It's like too much. I mean, usually it's less, but Russia now wants to double, the pressure on Ukraine, or what. Um, so in actions of Putin, there is no any, interruption, and to establish some peace right now, just right now. If we are talking about this happy, like, how to say, the hopes, yes, and talks. I don't know. I was also quite happy and excited to read that could be a peace, at least a stop of the fire, because I understand that in Ukraine people, how much they are tired of war. And me personally, of course, I am out of Ukraine, but I cannot be, live normal, like a calm life, because I'm not at home, and it's very difficult to survive in another country, actually. So now I'm a bit disappointed to read this news that there are missiles on the way, as usually, to terrorize Ukrainians, and also this night. And what else I want to say for these days? Unexpectedly, yesterday it was a message that Ukraine created a new weapon and new very powerful missile, and it's already in serial production. So it's not just one or couple examples, but it's already exists in the production. And for me it was kind of like fake, because it was so unexpectedly and strange. This missile is um, carrying 1 ton of this TNT, explosive materials. It's really very, very powerful, and it can reach 3,000 kilometers. So at least half of the Russian territory, whole European part of Russia, could be reached by this missile. And for example, if we are talking about the capital of Russia, Moscow, it's about 700 kilometers from Ukrainian border. So 3,000, it's more than enough to reach this capital, and also maybe more important, to reach some big military bases and some points, and the um, factories and plants that are producing right now drones and other missiles and so on. And I was like, it was a fake, and the name was strange. Like the name of this missile is Flamingo, and also because it was so unexpected, I thought that it's not true. But today I saw a video of the launching of these missiles in Ukraine. I still not sure on 100% if it's fake or it's real, but I really much hope that it's real. Uh, it's not the ballistic missile, because even now I am not specialist. I know the difference. The ballistic missile, it's a missile that goes like a rocket that goes the spaceship and then falls down. And the cruise missile, it's basically like a plane. It moves like a plane near the earth. Okay, not near the earth, but exactly like the under the earth. And it's a more vulnerable, because it can be shooted and damaged by some means of anti-missile defense. But at least if it's true, I will be very happy. um, and also, I don't know why, if it's true, why they decided to talk about it now. Maybe because they wanted, the our team, Ukrainian team, wanted to show to Putin, to European leaders, to Trump, that actually we have the powerful weapon and we can be independent in like support. Or maybe because for 1 month there will be, or even less, yeah, maybe the hot period will be for 1 month, but maybe before there will be the military training together of Belarusian and Russian army in Belarus. It's like closer to Ukrainian capital, so it's the potential threat. Maybe because of this, they wanted to show that our side, that they have something to more powerful to protect our country. And it's strange that I'm happy about some new types of weapon actually, but I learned from this war that just to have this weapon, of course, not to apply it without any reason, just to have it, it's really powerful mean of defense, of safety of own country. For example, can you imagine that you see or someone sees the small woman alone at night on the street, and it's more potential risk for her to be alone, at night, and somewhere in dangerous district. But if it will be some big man with big muscles, the risk for him will be less because looks like more dangerous. Yes, that could give in return something. And if there will be someone with a gun, just this person will have the gun and will not use it, and everybody in this district will know that this person with a gun, no one will come to this person. And this is like, I think it's like this: if you have this missile, at least this another countries know that this country is have something, to for our own defense. In Italy, here people, they, maybe not all, but those where I was talking about, some, they uh, don't understand this, or they understand, but they maybe, um, I don't know, the um, general opinion here in society, that they study from the school that everything that connected with army, with military forces, is something bad. If you don't have weapon, there will be no war. But in reality is a different thing, that if you have the normal army and weapon, just you have it, you maintain it, you not apply it like to for aggressive purposes, I think it's not that bad. um yeah, it's like this. But I'm talking today too much about weapon. um that's because maybe in this conflict, between Ukraine and Russia, and we see that European leaders, and particularly United States leaders like Trump, they afraid to be more yeah, like aggressive against Russia, because Russia have the nuclear weapon, and the strategical big missiles like carriers of this weapon. And Putin told, like, even to Boris Johnson, the previous prime minister of the UK, that like, Boris, the missile flies only 6 minutes, so you have to like beware that I can launch it. And basically what Putin do, it's he's show off, and like reminds to everyone that he has the most powerful weapon, and a lot of atomic nuclear, how to say, the charge for this strategical big missiles. So weapon is like something that politics can rely on, that if some country has this weapon, so this country like more respected in the politics. And so the Trump told that you have no good cards to Zelensky because you are dependent on our weapon, you don't have powerful weapon, so you cannot like decide, and you are no one here, and you cannot be like the leader equal to us, like the more powerful, like me and Putin, and maybe, I don't know, the leader of China, and some like others, or not. Yeah, it's just my opinion, what I got from these few days, and particularly from this evening. And returning to the question, if will be peace or not. Mm, now, right now, I'm not sure, because the few days ago, what Putin was talking about with Trump, as I understood, it's like a kind of capitulation of Ukraine, and he didn't change his actually goals and opinions. So Ukraine didn't give up for all these years. Why should Zelensky do it now? Especially as I told you that it's against the constitution if he will give up the lands of Ukraine to Putin. After he will stop be a president, he will go to jail, because it's against constitution, against law. So he cannot give to Putin the lands. It's his personal, interest even. And also he will be a betrayer in the eyes of millions of Ukrainians, and those people, families that lost relatives to defend some of these lands, like Donbass, and then he just will give to Putin them. He will be like anti-hero in Ukraine, so it is impossible. So right now, once more, like, there is no way out, there is no good decision. And but let's see this days and these weeks, because I think that there are still talks and hopes that for 1 week should be the meeting with Zelensky, Putin, and Trump. And also, the president of France, Macron, Emmanuel Macron, told that the European leaders also should be present, not only Trump, Putin, and Zelensky, because this is also the question of security of Europe, not just Ukraine. And actually, he has the very clear vision and very correct opinion, because after Ukraine will fall, and the next European countries will be under the heat of Russia and under the threat from Russia. So this is my video. So far, just some opinion, my opinion, and what is happening right now. Thank you for watching. This is Olga. See you next time. Bye.